If you've been accused of a sex crime, but you haven't been charged yet, you may be wondering what's happening behind the scenes. I'm David Kiatta with Segura and Kiatta Criminal Defense Law Firm in Sugar Land, Texas, and I want to talk to you about what happens before charges are filed when there is a sexual allegation against you, and why what you do in this phase of the case can change the entire outcome of your future. If you or someone you love is facing an allegation of a crime, don't wait. Talk to an experienced criminal defense lawyer early, and you need to find somebody that's going to be proactive and not just reactive. What happens before charges are filed? It all starts with a complaint. Maybe it's from the alleged victim, a parent, a teacher, a pastor, a friend. After that initial phone call, the ball starts rolling downhill and the investigation begins. Once the investigation begins, the police are supposed to start gathering evidence in a case. Sometimes it takes months for the police to get around to investigating an allegation. At a minimum, the investigation should include a couple of things. An interview with the complainant, that's the alleged victim in the case. This should include a detailed statement about what they allege against a person. If the alleged victim is a child, the interview is often conducted by a person called a forensic interviewer. They're supposed to have special skills in gathering information from children. It's important to note that the police and this forensic interviewer label this complainant as a victim before any investigation is done. Next, witnesses are supposed to be tracked down and interviewed. People who may have heard or seen something about the allegation. Next, physical evidence is supposed to be collected. Maybe it's articles of clothing, text messages, or other electronic communications, surveillance videos, or items from the alleged crime scene. Next, the police may instruct the complainant to submit to what's called a SANE exam. That stands for Sexual Assault Nurse Examiner. This is a specialized exam by a person who's supposed to document any injuries and gather any potential evidence. Next, investigators look for corroboration. Things that may corroborate or substantiate this complainant's story. Things like text messages, medical records, surveillance videos. Anything that may try to show this complainant is telling the truth. What I said earlier about investigations is that these are things that are supposed to be done. Unfortunately, they're not always done. I like to break investigators down into 3 categories, and I'll use an old Clint Eastwood movie. It's called The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. The good investigators are those that seek the truth. They conduct an unbiased, thorough investigation and are not trying to determine an outcome one way or the other. They just want to follow the facts and the truth. The bad investigators are those that conduct a bias investigation. From the get-go, they analyze every piece of evidence as a way to support what this complainant is saying. And then you have the ugly. Those investigators that do absolutely nothing. They look at the initial report from a patrol officer who took a statement, and then they just pass the case on to the district attorney's office to make a decision about filing charges. The second point I want to make is giving time to make a difference. And here's what you need to know. This is the time that an experienced lawyer can make a difference. Even though you haven't been charged, your lawyer should be working behind the scenes. Your lawyer can identify witnesses that the police haven't even thought about. Your lawyer can help you preserve evidence to help clear your name. Things like text messages or other forms of communication, photos, social media posts, things that can disappear fast. And most importantly, you need someone who's going to advise you on what to say or what not to say. One wrong move here can damage your case before it even starts. After the investigator does whatever they're going to do, they send the file to the district attorney's office, who makes a decision about filing charges or not. The prosecutor should review all the evidence before deciding to proceed with charges against you. But here's the truth. The strength and weaknesses of your case can make a huge difference in influencing the prosecutor about their decision to charge you with a crime. If you're in this situation or you know someone who is, call us. Let's talk about your options, your rights, and how to move forward to protect your name and your future. I'm David Kiatta with Segura & Kiatta, and when the stakes are high, get experience on your side early and give us a call.